What's good, guys? I got another recipe for you today. It's a special one. I'm making tandoori chicken. So usually when you think of Indian food, you always think of butter chicken, you think of naan, and then you think of like tandoori chicken. So traditionally it's cooked in tandoor, which is a cylindrical oven, and temperatures get really high. It holds the heat really well. But obviously we don't have that at my house, or you guys probably don't have it at home either. We're gonna bake this. You can grill it too. The marinade works perfectly fine for either one, but since a lot of people might not even have a grill at home, we're just gonna use the oven and we're gonna bake this. So hopefully I can do this tandoori chicken justice. I show you guys exactly my step-by-step process for it, and I'm gonna make it a little bit healthier, not gonna add too much oil to it. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our wet mixture. So we're gonna take some lime juice or lemon juice, whatever you got, and then we're gonna put a little bit of salt in there. We're gonna put a little bit of chili powder in there, and then we're gonna put a little bit of paprika. And then what I want you guys to do is just rub this in to the chicken. So in my chicken pieces, I have little slits all over. This is just so the marinade can get through to the bone all over. It makes a big difference when you're cooking and when you're grilling, so the flavor really gets through to the chicken. So just 7. This was teaspoons, so that's like 7 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. Just really rub that all over the chicken. Makes a big difference. Ginger garlic paste is essential. Tablespoon of cumin and coriander. We got a tablespoon of those. We got a tablespoon of cayenne pepper. Probably put just a little bit less since I added some in the beginning of the recipe with my wet mixture. I like adding black pepper to my chicken. I like to just make it seasoned. A lot of recipes might not have black pepper to it. You guys don't have to add it, like I said. So I got a tablespoon of black pepper, and then we got a tablespoon of tumeric or haldi, and then we got, of course, salt essential. We got a tablespoon of salt. Add garam masala to this. This tandoori chicken isn't red, but usually tandoori chicken is always red because they will always add food coloring to this. And I usually don't add food coloring to my chicken, but since I'm cooking for my family and my mom and my dad prefer to have the red color, because when you look at red chicken, you just think tandoori chicken, right? Or chicken 65. So we're gonna put a little bit of red food coloring. Make sure this chicken is red. So look at that difference that makes. Look at the color. I'm just gonna add some cilantro to this. And then we're gonna let this marinate for, preferably it would be ideal if you can marinate this for overnight and then grill it the next morning or the next day. But I'm short on time, so I'm probably just gonna let this sit for about 3 to 4 hours, and then we're gonna throw it in the oven after that. Okay guys, so it's been 6 hours. I marinated my chicken. So we're gonna put this on a wire rack. Probably bake it at 400 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. I'm gonna keep checking on it. In 20 minutes, probably flip over the chicken, add a little bit of butter, baste it on top, and then we'll see where it's at. Everybody's oven temperature might differ, so you know, looking around the range from like 375 to 425, 30 to 40 minutes. Just keep checking on your chicken. I think the internal temperature for cooked chicken should be like 165 to the bone. So we're gonna try and get that. Do not overcook it, but make sure that you keep an eye on it, and then you flip the chicken so it cooks evenly. So I'm gonna grease this up with some oil, and then I'm gonna put the chicken on top. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then I'm gonna put a baking tray right underneath to catch any of the juices that are spilling so my oven doesn't get dirty. I'm just gonna grease this with some oil so the chicken doesn't stick. So I got my chicken. We're just gonna place this now. Make sure you space them out evenly. And so you see any of this leftover masala that you have here, this leftover juices from the chicken marinade, I'm just gonna baste it on top every 10-15 minutes to make sure the chicken is moist and tender, especially since I didn't use that much oil on this. And then I'm gonna brush some butter on top. Okay, let's put the chicken in the oven now. I'm gonna place it on the top rack. and we're gonna check on it in about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Put some butter on top, baste it with the leftover chicken marinade, and then we're gonna flip the chicken and then repeat the process, and then hopefully in about 40 minutes it should be done. And then I'll show you guys a little trick that I'm gonna do to get this smoky tandoor flavor that you would get usually when you're cooking it on the grill outside. It's been about 20 minutes. I'm gonna take out the chicken, I'm gonna baste it with some butter and some of that marinade that was left over, and then we're gonna flip it over, and then I'm gonna put it back in there. Put some butter on top. Now we're just gonna flip the chicken. Use gloves if it's too hot. Well, let the chicken in there for another 10 minutes. I'm gonna take it out, baste it again. Since I can't cook this outside on the barbecue grill, just heating up this coal and putting it in the middle and smoking the chicken will give you that little barbecue taste that you're looking for. I'm just gonna take my coal, put it inside here. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter on this. It's gonna smoke, and then I'm gonna cover it up.